Test.
Yeah, I can hear you louder than me.
Can you?
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Okay.
I can hear you quite a lot.
Go.
Yeah. That's all right, actually.
It's nice when you have that, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Right, let's do a quick one. All right, welcome back to the Pear Pod. I'll be on our best behaviour today. We have a guest, everyone. Usually we're doing things solo, but today we're actually taking a podcast cherry. We have online personal trainer and content creator Max Brown. Max Brown, welcome to the Pear Pod.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So how's Marbella treating you? You're struggling a little bit.
No, it's good. I mean, obviously, first week was a bit hectic, which I kind of expected.
Yeah.
I know. I'm out here for a couple of months, but I
Yeah.
kind of knew first week. We'll treat that as a bit of a holiday.
Yeah.
But it's good. I really love it.
Padel buzz, like that's your spot.
Yeah, it's the spot. I've got a membership at Padel now.
Yeah.
But
It's like a
so
nightclub
busy.
for fitness influencers. Like
It's so busy, and to film in there, it's pretty hard. But
yeah, you should actually. A load of the lads I work with here, they go there to film, and then they have another gym they go to, like UP or something, which is like empty.
Yeah, I was looking.
Because it's mad in there, like, and no one puts their shit away, which fucking drives me insane.
Man, it's stuff everywhere. If you set the camera up, there's someone.
Yeah.
It's like,
And they have what's it called? All the outdoor stuff is great, but there's no no one seems to have any respect for personal space. So I was like pressing something. Some lad was like bringing a barbell over my face. I was going, like, mate, and he's fucking stacked anyway. I'm not gonna say anything to him.
Mate. I hit someone yesterday. I was doing some I was doing lateral raises, and I literally hit someone as he walked past, and I was like,
He's looking at you like you fucking 5 heads.
no, he walked past as if it was nothing happened. I was like, okay.
How much is Padel for a month? Do you do month one or is it like 3 months?
3 months, which was €150.
Okay, it's the same as what I pay in M13.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
The brand awareness they must get is insane. Like, from people like tagging it and all.
Oh mate, definitely. It's a tourist attraction, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Oh man, whenever I shoot with Damon over here, they're like, "Have you heard of Padel Club?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. I'll see you there. I'll see you there, bro." Yeah. Okay, so going back a little bit, I was saying to you there before we started, I'm a big rugby fan. I've played rugby for a long time. It's how I got into like fitness and stuff. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I tried to find a pod you'd done before to like learn a little more about you, which is nice, but you don't, which is perfect. So I get to kind of ask these questions. So when you started rugby, what age did you start at?
I think I started playing rugby when I was about 15, 16 maybe, around that age.
Yeah.
I'd always played football.
Okay,
life,
sweet, same.
All my life, I'd never played rugby. And then just at school, started playing a bit of rugby because there was one teacher who was like really into rugby. He loved it, and he was trying to get a rugby team, but no one in our school really played rugby. Yeah. And he was like, but I was quite close with him. He was like, Max, right, get all the football lads to play rugby. So then I was going around getting all the lads, let's play rugby. Let's just do it for a laugh, and then. I loved it at school. It was like, it's pretty easy at school.
Were you bigger when you were younger? Because that's the biggest thing I found when I started is like, I started first year of school, the first year of secondary school, I was 13 or something. Yeah. And there's always like 2 lads who hit puberty like straight away. Oh, no. And they're like 6'4". No. And then there was like, when we started, usually for us the first year is just 2 lads run through the whole year for most of the year, and then people start to level out about like 3rd, 4th year. Yeah, of course. But yeah, when you started, did you have any issues with like the contact side of things, or did you enjoy it when you started?
Not really. I enjoyed the contact, but I tried to avoid it as much as possible. I just run. I was pretty quick.
Push that mic up just a little bit, will you? Just so you'll be able to hear yourself a little bit better.
I'm going into it now.
No worries.
But yeah, when I was younger, I wasn't really like big or anything like that. I was pretty average, but then I was just pretty quick. So
I fucking wish I was quick.
I'd just run through it. At school rugby, it's pretty. Easy because around our area it's not really a serious sport, but then the teacher was like, Max, you've got to get to a club. Yeah, just got to get to.
That's the big moment. If you go and play club rugby on like a Sunday, you're
that's what it was. And I was playing football at the time, and I was like, right, I've got to make the decision: do I quit my football team and leave all of my mates, or do I?
Yeah, it's tough.
And then I was like,
different crowds as well. Play those sports. Like when we play football, it was like. Load lads regularly on like a day where I played centre back, just solid centre back, no messing. Yeah. And you'd regularly get loud. I'm gonna fucking break your leg after this game. Just so much of that. And in rugby, it's so fucking like physically demanding at the end of the game. Like I loved at the end of the game, you'd be like, fucking fair play to you, man. You're like, Jesus, we just kicked the shit out of each other. Oh, yeah. So like I found that like because it's so full on, you are kicking the shit out of each other. There's much less chatting. Then like in football, everyone's like, I'll kill you after this, and you're like, yeah, man, all right. But yeah, did you have when you kind of got into it, were you like, I could do this at a higher level, or were you like, I'm going to play this for school and enjoy it and see what happens after that?
To be fair,
It's tough in
I
England.
didn't really think that much about it. I just started playing.
Yeah.
And when I first started, I had no idea how to play rugby, like at all. I would just get the ball and run.
You do this one, the spiral, the reverse way.
Man,
We had guys in my school who dissuaded each other, man.
No, so I then just tried to learn as much as I could with rugby and things, which I kind of like picked up some skills and stuff, but I was still just it was get the ball and run. That was what I bit. And I played, I mean, at Colts level when I was younger, it was like, all right,
Colts.
Colts level under, it's like, it's still, if you're fast or big or strong, you could run through a lot of the teams. So I played centre. It was like crash ball.
You used to hate lads like you. You just get up to the wing, fucking get a hold of them.
And then kind of like when I started getting a bit older, I was probably like 17, 18. And then I left one of my old jobs and started doing like a sports qualification through a rugby team, Stourbridge, which their first team's like national level. So then I was doing the academy stuff there.
You kind of see what it takes to be like that.
Then I understood, and I was like, okay. Then I was like, right, I want to be a rugby player now.
Sick,
I really wanted to be a rugby player, which was then exciting. I was like, right, I could have got an opportunity here to try and get in this national team, and then I started then getting a lot better because I was like playing every day. I was like in the academy. I was learning from like
living the lifestyle almost.
Their players, and it was like, okay. I was actually starting to learn how to actually play rugby, not just running fast. So it's like I kind of then.
What's a move?
No, backs moves. So
Mike's we're gonna switch.
Pass, pass the ball. Okay,
you can kick it.
Yeah, no. But then they then offered me to come like training for the first team, and I was like, oh my god, whatever. Then they signed a couple of us from the academy. On this contract, and it was like we had and then it was like, oh
gets real.
And then into pre-season at that level, it was like shit. Okay, the props are nearly as fast as me.
I don't miss it at all.
No, because like the props are huge and rapid. And everyone is quick. There's no
they can all fucking pass off both hands, like single arm offloads and all.
There's no at that level. I think the thing is at that level, there's just so many less mistakes. Like, everyone's good.
Yeah.
Like, whereas you could go kind of lower level, there's some mistakes, this, that.
More of me around the place.
Yeah.
We did, I said, the England in particular, like it seems like the scouting England do now is very much focused on like players that can do everything.
Oh, yeah.
So like even like your props, I'm trying to think of is it Jamie George who plays hooker for you now? It's unbelievable, like rapid offloads and stuff. So like that they're taking like the All Black style after that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so how did you kind of, I presume the fitness thing kind of was like, I want to get bigger for rugby, you want to get faster, more explosive, I'm going to kind of or fitness becomes part of your life then when you do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of always into the gym when I was like younger, like 14, 15.
Yeah.
But nothing ever serious. It was like I'd just go with a few of my mates who did the gym. But
arms and shoulders.
Yeah, kind of we'd go like once a week maybe or something, and then...
the jacuzzis.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have them in Birmingham.
Oh, you don't get those? We have a good in Dublin, yeah.
No, but then when I started like wanting to be a rugby player, I was like, I want to be one.
Yeah.
I've got to then start getting bigger, getting stronger, and I started really training for rugby then. I was like doing like hang snatches, like really,
this one.
The
jacks,
stuff like that. Which was a big influence then. But then I started a fitness page, which was like...
What was this on? What platform was this on?
Yeah, so December 2020, I started my Instagram, which was on...
Fuck, man. This is all... Because I have you on your YouTube thing here. This is all very new.
Oh, yeah.
For like the size of shit. Like, this is all in the last... COVID, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. It was
Jesus
like...
Christ.
December 2020, I started my Instagram. I think my YouTube was around...
I can tell you when your YouTube was.
March 2020?
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is... Well...
just over 2 years ago.
Just over 2 years this YouTube. But I mean, I have had probably about 6 YouTube channels.
Really? I was about to say, man, because your channel from when I went back to it, I was like, just casually, just 100k, just sitting there, and like there's only on that channel maybe like 10 videos, 12 videos or something. So if you had like multiple channels you've built up, and
the thing is, when I was younger, probably about. I think we was actually looking at my first YouTube videos not long ago with the boys. And I think they were 2011 or 2010. No, 2012. So I would have been like 11 years old.
Yeah.
You know, just making. I've got some gaming ones. Do like filming on my Elgato, Call of Duty.
Yeah. FIFA free kicks. Love it.
Like my scootering because I was younger.
Yeah, I
was,
saw those. That's sick. Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was like a main thing I did. A lot of scooter edits and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I learned to edit.
Yeah.
And then like some like slow motion channels. Some like
slow mo channels. No way.
You know the slow mo guys.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, right, I'm gonna be them when I was 12.
Yeah. Then you realise those cameras cost like 40 grand, and that their whole channel is based off this camera that they have. Yeah.
So I was like, what? Like 12 years old. I was like, Mom, can I please have a Phantom? She's like,
how much is this, Max?
40 grand. Oh, shit.
I think it's on the rest. I think there might even be more than that.
No, there is.
Because that thing does like 900 frames a second, which is like you shoot a bullet and it's going like through a balloon.
Of course.
That's mad. Did you when you're playing? Is there any players you watch that you were like, I like how he plays rugby, particularly wingers?
Not really, to be honest. But I mean, I'm not a massive rugby fan.
This is what I mean, because you're not a massive fan.
No.
Okay.
Because when I've grown up, I was always playing football.
Okay,
and like my family aren't really sporty. My dad didn't watch any football or rugby. So I wasn't like grown up watching loads of sports. So I didn't really watch much football when I was younger or anything.
Yeah.
And then coming into rugby so late, it's like I'm not grown up supporting the team or watching players. So then it's all really new. So it's like I watch the international games and stuff, but like on TikTok, everyone's always like, right, who do you support? Who's your favourite player? I'm like, to be honest,
I don't watch it.
I don't watch any of it.
Yeah,
like, who's gonna win the Bremen? I'm like,
no, that's fucking
no idea.
Yeah, there's a lot of chat. I don't give a shit about the football. I used to be big into football. I used to when I was like 10. I gave a shit a little bit, and I used to be big into the rugby, but it just kind of, again, it just fizzles out when you get a little bit older, I think. But I did like to watch. Like Six Nations back in the day when you first like able to drink with your mates, you can go to the pub and watch Six Nations and do like they used to do the Sunday 3 games all the way across. You go get a langer, like that was
all day long.
Yeah, that was good. Have you been any particular moments that have like you've been like flattened by someone? You've been eaten up by anyone?
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna try and think.
I've got a gas. Yeah, I'll give you my tale while you think yours. My coach was my history teacher in school.
Yeah.
So he in the senior year that we played, I got into the team, the senior team.
Yeah.
I basically my 5th year I came back to rugby. I had to play with the 4th years for a year, which is a shame, but basically to be able to like be forced to do. Do you want to put that up a little bit?
Yeah. There we are. Sweet. That's sweet.
Yeah, I'll sit there for you. And yeah, I basically had to play with the 4th years for a year and then got back into the seniors. And like first game in, we're down, I think we're down like 5. We need to score off our last play and we're down at 22 or something. We turn the ball over and my scrum half just chucks me like a way up
looping.
This lad, I remember his name, Jack O'Neill, who plays for the Leinster team now, came just darting at me and I'm like, it's absolutely thrilled. Takes my heart straight through me. Drop the ball forward. Game over. Team is like hands and hands. I'm like on the ground. He kind of like, when someone smashes you and then kind of ruffles over you, just dominates you.
Give you a bit of
Yeah. And then so my history teacher, not like, seeing my disappointment night like that, he showed it in my next history class. Oh, wow. Which was fucking gas. It was so funny. But I came into class, he had it on the projector. Yeah. And then he was asking the girls in my class what I could have done better.
Yeah, okay.
Which was great. Yeah. But that was that moment stood out. But those ones are like, it's weird. I didn't even feel it.
No, of course.
Didn't even feel it. Just on the ground. It's like,
Yeah, it's just impact. You don't feel the pain.
But in the pack, you can kind of hide a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Which is nice.
Yeah.
But in the on the wing, you're gonna have to. It's a lot of one-on-one tackling.
I think a moment that when I've been smashed in rugby once that I remember was I think it was like my second game for Stourbridge in pre-season.
Yeah.
I hadn't really touched much of the ball. I'm on the wing. I'm pretty quiet. I'm like, okay,
get it to him.
Yeah, get it to me. But then they kicked a high ball over, which I caught. Which I was first off. I'm like, shit. I'm gonna catch this. There's all these people watching. I'm like, so I caught it. And then I think I stepped one, went round him, and then literally normally I've got time, but then I've stepped one, and then out of nowhere from the side, smash! I'm flying down. And this time, I felt the pain instantly.
Yeah.
I had like straight impacts in the hip, and I had like a hematoma on my hip. It was like all black, and I could not move. And you
see those on TikTok, some of those like schoolboy hits, the like random ones. They're brutal, man. These kids just run with like reckless abandonment. Like it's mad. You hear a lot of people, or especially when I went to the States, a lot of lads who played American football were like. oh, it's nothing compared to, rugby's nothing compared to American football. I'm like, man, it's the same. They're like, you don't hit as hard because you don't have pads on and stuff. I'm like, you haven't played a game. Like, there was lads on my team, not me, there was lads on my team who would just know, you know, those lads just ran into contact field. I'm like, man, does your neck not hurt?
No.
Does your face not hurt from just hitting that? Like, oh man, when I tackle those guys need me in the nose. Like, does that not hurt your head, Dave? It's mad.
No, mate, it's bad.
In terms of YouTube, who do you watch?
So with YouTube, I mean, I don't really watch much fitness YouTube.
Yeah,
I watch a bit of it. I watch Joe Fazer. Like, I love his editing style, storylines.
We've done some stuff with Bloom with him. His editing is mad.
Yeah, which I met him last week actually for the first time.
He out here as well?
Pretty good. Sorry.
Is he out here as well?
No. That was at My Protein events.
Wouldn't be surprised.
No, but I watch quite a lot of like American YouTubers.
Oh, same. Hit me.
Like I watch like Nell.
Yeah.
I watch like Steve Will Do It.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Gideon.
Yeah.
Like,
he just signed with Prime. Did you see that?
I saw that, and I watch like Logan. I watch a lot of Impulsive stuff like that. So it's all random stuff.
That's funny. Yeah. Do you you're watching Steve stuff? Steve's having a year right now.
Mate, they're crazy.
Isn't it mental?
I only kind of heard of Nell. Like, well, I did it back in the day, but only just the prank stuff.
Yeah.
Then I forgot about it, and then now, like past year, it's like I can't get rid of him.
Apparently, yeah, they've with the Happy Dad stuff and all, they've gone kind of mad. But Steve, the money is just
insane.
But he must be, apparently, like from what he says, a lot of the money that comes in is going straight back out again, which is like fair. But like he's still spending like. They dropped a video today, and there's some homeless guy just like sitting on the street, and Steve's like, "What's up, man?" And Steve's talking to him, he's like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Buy yourself a drink." He gives him like 10 grand, and he goes, "Damn, man, thank you." Yeah. And then he goes,
"That ain't enough."
And then he goes, "Nah, man, I'm sorry." He's like, "I'm being a dick right now." And he goes,
"Mate, it's crazy."
And then he goes, "Damn, thank you." Yeah. And they just sits there. It's just a crazy. That seems to be the kind of content now. That whole like big over the top stuff.
Yeah, of course. That dynamic is just like. That's taking over, isn't it? Money and it gets the views. It
does.
And the way he's done it as well by giving out and this and that. It's like, he's winning.
He's a smart boy.
Winning, definitely.
In terms of like YouTube versus TikTok, like, do you see? Obviously, you like blew up heavy on TikTok. Have you figured out if you're able to like move that audience to other platforms? Yeah.
So I think the thing is with YouTube, I haven't been as consistent as I should have been.
It's hard, man.
Definitely. It's so hard to focus on all of them, like Instagram, TikTok. So I've kind of been like spending a couple of months on this one, a couple of months on that, and trying to stay on that one and this and that. So then it's you will transfer them across, but you've got to be consistent on all of them, and then I think it's just the more you do it, the more you push it, that they will come across it. Because when they get a real engagement with you and they're like invested in your personality, then they're like, okay,
it doesn't matter where you are.
No, I want to find him on this or that, but it is hard to do all of them.
And which is your favourite? If you could choose one, and you're like, if I could double down on one right now, is the one that it is. Even the type of content it takes. Like, do you enjoy doing the shorter type of stuff, or do you like the longer YouTube, like the more? Yeah. There's a respect with YouTube, I think, if you build it on like a big scale. Yeah, which you've done already. Your channel's fucking massive, like.
But I love YouTube videos.
Yeah,
I love making them. I love like a whole storyboard of them, the concept, the execution, everything of it. I love like writing a whole story. But the thing with YouTube is that it's so hard. It takes a lot of time, a lot of planning, preparation, and to do that like videoing, edit everything on your own is very difficult. So I think like subconsciously in my mind I'm like, oh no, I've got to do all this. It's like it's hard to do. Yeah. But I definitely enjoy YouTube the most. Because like when I put a good video out on YouTube that
feels
I enjoy, I'm like, I don't care how many views it gets, I love that video.
I put out a pod here, like an interview, and it got like, I got the 1 out of 10, you know, thing on your studio, you see that? It was like an interview I'd done, and it like took off straight away, and even they went on to do like, not massive, but I was like, Jesus, I was like, that feeling there, I was like, okay, that's, no matter what happens, that's the goal, that's what we're going for. So that's...
Yeah, but with the short form content, like TikTok, originally, I hated TikTok.
Yeah, everyone did.
I was only doing Instagram, and I hated TikTok, and I was like, well, people can get millions of views for nothing, they're not doing anything. Yeah. It's like shit content. Yeah. Then I kind of started watching it more, and then I was getting involved, and then I was like, I started doing it, and then I was doing shit stuff. I was doing like shit trends and nothing valuable.
Yeah, what I'm doing now.
It's hard to do. I did that, and then I was like, okay, I can edit pretty well.
Yeah,
I could make good content on here. So then I was like, right, I'm just going to smash it now. 3 a day, like really good quality.
Yeah.
And then after doing that, then I started finding like different formats that were working. And then I just kept...
Your whole, like, your shot, you're the first one I saw, is kind of the first time I saw you, was that whole... you do like the horizontal, like fill the frame of you in the rack or something, and you're like listening to music and you're mic'd up and stuff on TikTok. That for me, I was like, this is fucking so engaging. You do the text on the screen, you're playing tunes. I was like, fuck, this is. Yeah. Every time I see those one of those comes up and you're in the entirety of my phone screen, I'm like, fuck, man, this looks great.
I think with TikTok, it is like, because people's attention spans are so short. You have to have some engagement every second.
Yeah, it's very hard.
The first second's got to be like a really like engaging hook or something. Yeah. And then it's like, it's got to be engaging every second, really. Yeah. Else people, when people are scrolling through, they're just like this. Oh, then they've got to stop. And if you can keep someone for 10, 15 seconds, they will get views.
It's so sick, man. It's mad because it went from like, I regularly used to watch that people would be like, sure, it's I need to keep it for a 20-minute YouTube video or something like that. That was the thing. And then it was like, and now the thing is just keep it just up to 10 minutes. And now it's gone like, you need to bang stuff out in like a minute, 90 seconds definitely. Max. Yeah. And then on TikTok, even shorter. It's I find that even more difficult to try and pack it all in and find out what I guess that's just like repetition and like experimenting with it. Jesus.
And I think when I first kind of started doing like those little gym vlogs and things like that, but I would film a lot. I'd probably have 10, 15 minutes of footage. I don't
want to see your hard drive.
Yeah, mate, I'll go about 10, 15 minutes of footage, cut all the things that I think might make it, and then trying to pick the 15 seconds that are going to be in it is like, which one do I do? But then you start, after doing it more and more, you learn, okay, what kind of flows with the video. That's useless, get rid of it. Because I think you get quite emotionally attached to footage. You're but it's like,
it's called kill your darlings in the film industry.
Is that progressing the video? Is that, no, get rid of it.
Especially like for what I do, I'm all about how something looks as like a videographer. I'm like, I'll have clients, it's all the time, it's just so funny. Phil, if you're watching this, so Phil's one of my clients, was my best friend, I was his best man at his wedding. I do some film content for him and I made him a video and it's like advertising his PT service, and Phil hates any kind of like grading. He's like, can you make it look just simple? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, man, 100%. And then like I graded up and I made the joke to him. I was like, I grade like I'm like grading like Chris Nolan, like The Dark Knight. He's like, Sam, can you not collapse all the shadows in the back? He's like, why is the blue with this like tinge of green? And I was like, yeah, man. And he's like, can you just take it all off? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what don't you like about this masterpiece I put together? But he's like, you got to get that. That's why I started doing my own shit. Because in what I do, like a lot of it is I don't like this. You're doing it for the client, do you know what I mean? Whereas on this, I'm like, it's the one thing I have now where I can just do whatever I like. Yeah.
That's because I've actually had quite a lot of people who wanted me to edit their videos.
I'm not surprised.
And I was like, I just wouldn't do it as good. Because I would do it.
You don't give a shit as much.
And I'm like, when I edited my video, it's because I know what I want it to be. It's for me. I get everything. It's like, I wouldn't enjoy it at all.
You're editing a voice. Do you know what I mean? Like, not like literally, but like you're editing someone's character when you put that in. So for them to say edit me like you do yourself, you're like, I can't. You don't portray. You don't do the same things I do. I can't just edit you like that.
And like when you're filming, it's like I'm already thinking ahead of the vision of what edits are going to be in it when I'm actually doing it. Yeah. And that's what I actually looked at getting an editor recently because just to free up some time. But I was like, I can't give that control up. I just wouldn't do it the same.
It's at least 50% of the job. You can shoot the best shit ever. If you don't get it out in the edit, doesn't matter. No, what's your week look like? Like now, how do you space your week out? Because a lot of people be like, oh, you do TikTok, so you fuck around. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you're like, man, are you out of your mind? The amount of time, especially at this level where you're editing all your own shit. Yeah, definitely. Like, it'll hopefully for you, it only gets easier when you can get like one other person on board to help you, and it'll kind of help out. But
definitely.
You're probably right in your grind right now as much as ever.
Definitely, I think. I plan a lot of stuff, so I plan out my whole week. I've got whiteboards in my room, and I forgot that I didn't bring it with me, and I was like, damn, I should have bought that. I should have bought that with
comes me. Comes in out on wheels.
Yeah, but like pretty much now, I will have a YouTube video idea planned for the week. Who knows what that'll be? So that might take up a day. Yeah. Then every day I'll wake up. Online coaching takes up a lot of time. So mornings will be like check-ins, client calls, any kind of updating plans, things like that, which takes like quite a lot of my morning. Then it's the gym, TikTok, start filming, which I've already planned the night before, editing, come back, probably more client calls, planning for YouTube.
Put a bullet in your gun and shoot your head.
Yeah, pretty much that's it. I don't stop. I wake up, and it's because I think with this kind of job as well, it's like you don't finish at 5 and stop. I'm always
can't turn it off. I really struggle to do that. To like even when I go for a walk with my missus or something, I'll see something and I'm like fuck, I want to write that down. So I have a notebook here now. I'll write shit down, just random little scrawls and stuff. But it's really hard. Do you enjoy everything you do? Like, is that?
Oh man, I love it. It doesn't feel like
privilege.
Work. It does not feel like work because the editing I love. I love filming. I love coaching. I love it all.
Great.
But I do find it hard to turn off.
Do you have mate like what I'm finding now is what age are you?
20.
Fuck man. Jesus.
20 years old. A lot of people are shocked when I say that.
Just fucking just take a sec. Do you have this? I was like, this chap's fucking 28. We can chat about shit. 27.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a fresh young face, but that it's fucking mad. At 20, where was I right now when I was 20? I think I was in EOS. I just finishing interrailing, like just spending my parents' money. Sorry, mum.
Yeah.
But at 20, so at this age now, what I found in the last like 5 years is in your 20s, a lot of people have. Like the 20s, like find yourself, go on holidays. I've mates. Hi Jamie, he's like climbing a mountain in Peru right now. This kind of shit. Yeah. And then there's other lads who are like, I'm starting my grind. I'm 20. It's time to start making some money. Do you have mates that are like, Jesus Max, fucking take a deep breath and come out in the piss with us?
Kind of, yeah.
You just do like their Monday to Friday and then they live for the weekend kind of thing.
Yeah. I think I do chill on the weekends. Not all the time, but I feel because I do it a lot. And I'm a rugby, like I drink, so I have to. I go out on the weekend, and it's a good release because then I don't think of anything. I don't go on my phone. I don't think of this that.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think it's just I feel pretty lucky that I found something quite early that I love doing.
Yeah, man.
Because it's hard to do. I remember when I was younger, I just come out of school and think, what do I do? I don't know this that, and then it just
be a baker.
Yeah, it just clicked, and I was like. Obsessed then.
There's nothing like it, man. Like I'd say since, I'm trying to think now, pre-COVID, I came back. I do like work for Blue Man as like one of my clients, and then the rest of the stuff is like my own like content creation. And like I wake up every day now, and it's like pod on Wednesday. Mark's got to prep for that. I had a kid's birthday shoot that on the Monday. I won't even tell you how much I got paid for that.
No, I could imagine.
Not in an but just it blows my mind. Like the money here versus Dublin. If like I had someone be like, come do my little Rosie's birthday party and I'll give you €75 and you take a piece of cake home with you. That 100%. And they come over here and they're like, okay, how many thousand for 3 hours? And I'm like,
nice. You can't complain, can you? That's all good.
But she was it's just it is. But like what I mean is waking up every day and being like, fuck, this is my job. Now you're like. It's so scalable. Do you know what I mean? You can see every step now for you where you're like, fuck man, I have all the things in place now. You've almost kind of done the hardest part, which is put the mechanics in place and get yourself to a level you can do all these things.
Yeah, definitely. I think when I kind of started, it was, I remember writing down on a whiteboard, I was like, okay, get 10,000 followers on this, get 10,000 on this, get 100,000 views. And I was focusing on that kind of things and I was like looking at the numbers and things like that, and I was like, okay, it didn't work. I wiped it all off, and I remember changing it to post 10 videos, post 5 videos, and then when you enjoy that like process of that,
it'll work anyway.
It comes, and it's if you can enjoy that process, then you're set.
Yeah, you figured it out like 10 years before me. That's good, man. I'm actually just going to reset the cameras.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, I'm sweating. Okay. In terms of the age thing, man, I've never seen, even when I was like 20, there was no 20-year-olds in my age. I was like, Jesus, good for him having his own business and stuff. So like, I genuinely it's almost like this run of TikTok now. People were like, okay, I can build an audience so fast, and everyone's trying to figure out a product they can like monetize themselves now, which is mad. Like,
of course. I mean, the thing is, you can have 100,000 followers. You can have, 200,000 followers, but if you're not monetizing it and you're not,
what's the point?
Kind of,
I'm trying to monetize 93 subscribers right now.
It's hard.
And yours is it's the coaching plans is your biggest one.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing.
And is that like a legs push pull or like a what's it called, a training breakdown and then nutrition breakdown kind of thing?
So it's all one-to-one coaching. So I've got like a great team of clients. I've got women, men.
Yeah.
If they're trying to like lose fat, build muscle. And then I will write all custom plans for them, nutrition plans.
Oh, so it's sorry. What I mean was you see a lot of like TikToks now. They've built like they've made a PDF or whatever, and they shell the shit out of that.
No,
you're offering like your one-to-one person training.
I don't actually sell any like
cookie cutters.
Plans, which I mean they're okay. You could do it.
That's the game.
You can do it. It's like because they're not specific, but they're £15.
Yeah, better. So it's something to start with. Yeah,
of course. But with my service, it is all one-to-one,
in depth,
like weekly check-ins. And honestly, some of the transformations have been.
That's what gets you juice.
I love that. It's so satisfying to see like some of my clients. One of my clients recently has been on for like 5 weeks. And he's lost like nearly 12 kilograms.
Yeah.
He's got the weight to lose, but he's like took that first step and
changes people's lives, man.
It's really satisfying to kind of give my knowledge, which to me is like it's second nature.
Yeah.
But then to really help someone like just not even the physical benefits, but seeing how they've changed like mentally over 6 months is like they are literally a different person.
Yeah, that's
which is great.
Phil, who's Phil's mentioned a lot, who came over, I remember I saw a lot of his clients, they get ready for weddings and stuff like that. And especially for girls or women who are like, I want to get into like, this is my one day, I want to get into the dress, but I just wanted for you to be like, be able to give her the tools to be able to do that. Like that's unreal, man. Because like I get that similar thing. Like if I can capture a moment really nicely on, like I did for this party that I did, capture a nice moment for a family that they'll have forever kind of thing. It's a lovely feeling when they see it. So but for you to be able to be like, I've had Myrn, my girlfriend, who's told me she's a PT as well online, and she's told me about people who are like, I don't really drink water. Maybe like, maybe a glass with my coffee or in my coffee. I'm like. I drink 3 to 5 liters a day, and I feel dehydrated all the time. So it just blows my mind how like even at this where where in the knowledge I have, which is like hydrate, sleep, good nutrition. There's people who are like, I'll get I'll have a piece of toast and I'll have a Coke and then I'll have a pizza at the end of the day. Like it's crazy.
I think that's why then with the one-to-one coaching, it's like you can track and assess all of those things that people might be like, I don't even eat much, which they might not, but then the sleep's terrible. They don't drink enough water. They don't do any steps. It's like you can really then assess everything to be that. Then they realise, oh shit, I don't actually drink any water throughout the day. And it makes such a big difference.
I shouldn't be putting all that Nutella in my Weetabix. Okay. Gas one. Because I went to we lived in Canada. Blue Moun's headquarters are in Canada. So I went to Canada for like 2 years and I got fat as fuck. I worked with a lot of the guys I work with are Asian guys, just the way it was. And they don't put on weight. So I'd go out with them and we'd be like A&W Burgers, like a fucking huge burger place over there, and we'd go out and eat that. And I was like, I train and all this stuff, put on so much weight. And they would pound fried chicken, they're having beers. These little fellas, you'd throw them around the room. I couldn't believe it. But that after that, I was like, geez, man, the difference in just, I didn't feel any like more full or hungry. It's just what you ate, but the difference in what I was putting on is mad.
Definitely.
In terms of the in terms of the TikTok, like TikTok side, all like the boxing shit's going on. Do you watch that shit?
Yeah, I'll see it come up
a few bits.
It's hard to miss it.
Yeah.
It comes up a lot.
Do you are you a boxing fan, MMA fan, anything like that?
No, not at all. Really.
You're not a sport guy.
No, man. I mean, I'll watch if there's a big fight. I'll watch like Tyson Fury, or if there's a big fight. But I don't follow like any boxing really or anything like that.
I think there's something to people who don't like dip too hard. You don't. This is going to sound funny. You don't see like, I haven't seen too many like guys who are like flat to the mat with their work, being like, and then Love Island every night. You know what I mean? Or something. They're like they dig into 6 episodes at the end of the day. I think very much you on your grind right now. If you're watching something, it's probably to get like inspiration for new work or something like that.
I don't watch like Netflix or anything like that. I hardly ever. If I watch anything, it's YouTube. Really. And it's like it might be just an entertainment thing, but it's still just like
But every time you see someone on YouTube, you're like, I could do that. Or not even. It could be anything.
Or I'm watching and I'm like looking at the editing or like the engagement factors, and I'm like, shit, I could just stop for a second. But it's
1 second.
no, it's yeah, definitely.
Do you have in terms of like YouTube channels that or fitness channels in terms of like what you'd like to build? Like, do you look at like do you want like Christian Guzman, any of those kind of guys?
Yeah, not as much.
In terms of like what they do, in terms of like they want to build, they've built like clothing brands, stuff like that. Like, is your goal, I want to scale my personal training as big as I can, or do you want to get into like other brands?
Yeah, I definitely want to. I want to build the personal training, the online coaching. I feel like that will probably always be, part of something. Not sure about number one. But it will be definitely always something. I mean, because I really enjoy it. But then definitely I've got a very big business mind. Like I want to, build. Several companies, things like that. Christian Guzman, he's absolutely smashed it. Like,
you don't want to give him away to me, kind of thing.
No, well, no.
I won't steal him.
We don't know yet. But I think the thing with me is I know I could put some clothing out now or something. I could sell a few hundred or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just
do
the sellout now and just be a crap thing. I'd rather build the following and build the engagement and everything for as long as I can and really get that. Then when I'm at the position where I feel okay, it's ready to do something. Then I'd do it because I'm spending more time doing all this. I don't want to spend a lot of time building like a half-eyed business.
Yeah.
Like when
it's fair.
And then I'm going to lose time to do other things.
It's all at this stage now. You're kind of at the mercy of your own time and how well you can schedule your time. So you being able to prioritize what's going to be effective for you is fucking your whole game, because everything is essentially time is money for you.
Yeah, definitely.
So you kind of need to notice trends and then be like, okay, this is an easy way. Like I've found a lot of my mates or guys I've talked to in the game who do apparel stuff, like the biggest thing is like minimum order quantities.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you want to bring out something of like good quality, you're going to want to go to a good manufacturer. That'll cost more,
isn't it?
But they'll give you a smaller order, so you could do like, do you like the now kind of like drop a style?
Yeah, I think that is pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of efficient for their like warehouse system. I think that's why they do it, so they don't end up with a ton of stock left over, which is smart.
Limited. It's like limited.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think that's a big thing. But I've literally just focused on the content and the growth, because it's like I have always kind of, my mindset has been, if I always post good content and I just keep doing it for 2 years, 5 years, hopefully, no, it is going to succeed.
It does, man. It does. If you keep buying it out, man, it does. Like, there's very few things you can combat that can combat just consistency.
Yeah, and I feel a lot of people in the fitness industry, or a lot of people start social media, or start something, and they do it for a couple of months, 6 months maybe, and they haven't got 10,000 followers, and they're like, oh no. They'll fall off and they'll stop. Yeah, it is hard. It's very hard.
I'll never stop. I said that already.
It is very hard to do. But I think, like early on, I was like, I loved it. Right, my mindset is, I'm in this for 5, 10, 20 years, and if I don't get where I am, then I'm going to be disappointed.
You're going to go work in a bank?
No.
Oh man, I did. Have you done? What were your regular jobs? What were your grinder jobs?
When I was younger, I've like worked in a bar. I was a barman for a while. I worked in a warehouse. I did nights, like finishing at 3 a.m, which was not nice. Yeah. I did an apprenticeship in design engineering for just over a year. That was probably my longest job.
It gives you a. I get it. For me anyway, I did a lot of retail. I was a retail. You'd bop around from all the different shit. Did you ever heard of Fat Face? Did you ever hear that story? Yeah. So I worked in Fat Face in a shopping centre near me for like 7 years. Okay. And I used to have a Saturday, Sunday morning. I was like 11 to 7 shift. That was my only shift. And I'd be hungover at every single one of them. Just was the crack. Yeah. And I'd come in, I remember going in, like some of them, I'd wake up, I vividly remember waking up at like 10:15, my mum being like, you've worked in 45 minutes. And I'd be like, oh God. Yeah, and I get in, and she'd be, but I remember it being, I wake up, I'm like, I got to edit my shoot from yesterday, gotta send out that invoice, get that paid, and then I had that pod. I'm like, fuck man, this is a privilege compared to what I used to. Yeah. Sam, can you fold those? Can you sell those woolly jumpers, please? Like, yeah, oh God. Take me now. Take me now, Lord.
No, but I think I did enjoy doing most of my jobs, to be honest, because, I mean, I was young as well. Yeah. 17, 18.
It's a bit of money is nice.
Yeah. And I think even looking back, it's like they've taught me a lot of things. Yeah. Might not use them, but like just the experiences.
But that's it. I mean, it's all, even if you probably learned how to like deal with people, engage with people, all those kind of things.
Like, in a workspace, how that works. I think
getting talked to like shit by someone is important. So you learn how you want to treat people when you're older. Yeah,
I think I try to take everything as an experience, like whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's like,
what are you going to take from it, kind of thing?
Move on.
In terms of Marbs, did you have you been enjoying yourself here? Do you like could you see yourself now? I've lived here for 9 months and I do my daily drive is I work here and then I go out and go to the gym and stuff here. So like, what do you think of that as a lifestyle? Because you could do that now. Obviously you have family and stuff at home, but like you work online. You see Bali now ask people to come over and live tax free.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that.
I'm gonna fly.
No,
that well.
It's got like those floral things on there. Let's go.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it here. I do. I really enjoy obviously the sun, the beaches here, and things like that. And I think this first week I've been a bit overwhelmed. I'm like, shit, I need to, just settle down a bit. And
you got to jump into it hard at the start.
Yeah, of course, it's like I'm trying to get used to it because in England, if I'm stuck inside, I don't mind. But when I'm here, I'm like, oh, the sun's out. I want to go out in the sun. So I will have to just get used to the just that daily routine. But
nice walk in the morning is a big one. Get out and just in like a t-shirt and shorts. Like that's my privilege. Like fuck, man, it's so hot.
Definitely. Also, I have to think about it really because I think a big thing for me is like if you're living that lifestyle of you're in Marbella, you're in Dubai, you're in Bali. You're not relatable. No, really. It could be inspirational to some people. They want to do this. They like the lifestyle. They like watching it. But you're not a relatable character. Yep. Whereas when I'm in, Birmingham, I'm just,
going to Nando's. That's not even a joke. I used to see that a lot.
But I'm like the same person here to there. But it's just not relatable to people if the audience is in the UK and here and there. So I don't know. I'm going to see how it goes over this.
Also, like I keep forgetting, you're fucking 8 years younger than me. So like I was in a very different state of my life when I was 20. But like I definitely wasn't in I wasn't even doing videography yet when I was 20. It's very close. Like it's crazy now. Like it's 7 years now for you. Like God know if you do this for 7 more years just to where I am, you're man. It could be sky's the limit, and you love it. That's the biggest part. Definitely. It's like I've met lads here now who are who'd be like, they do fitness stuff and they're like, oh fuck this shit, man. They're like, oh, it's just a pain in the hole. They're like, it's just I'm not into posting. I don't really like engaging with people. I just like the money it gets. Very real like thing, but they'll never last with it because it's not what they truly enjoy doing,
I think for me as well, I mean the fitness is a massive thing, but I just love like editing. I literally love editing and making videos. Like because a lot of my YouTube videos aren't even fitness related at all. And my TikToks, like I do some gym vlogs and things, but like a lot of the other kind of crazy videos and this and that, I love doing those a lot. So I could see myself going away from fitness, but like
Mr. Beast style. Like.
Well, yeah, I mean, with fitness, you are limited to that niche of fitness, whereas I don't want to limit myself to just fitness niche. Yeah. So I think it's good for me. I've kind of fell in love with the social media optimization content stuff. Yeah. Rather than just liking to work out.
Sure. Like I went home there for Christmas, so like I go home for random little gigs back to Dublin. Like it's a handy little flight home, and I go back and I was out at a gig and I saw some mates of mine. They were like, "Pear, you gotta go." Off their tits, obviously, and like, you gotta go for MMA pod, just all in on the MMA stuff. And I was like, man, I like MMA stuff's really interesting to me, and I definitely want to do I'd love to have fucking fighters on and shit and talk about that. But like I like to talk about other stuff. Do you know what I mean? And like I think the best pods that I watch, I'm just interested in their personality. So like they could do. He could go anyway. Do you know Chris D'Elia? Do you know who that is? He's a comedian from States. Anyway, he's just a dude that he's a comedian I find funny. He could go to Starbucks. He regularly goes to Starbucks, orders his coffee, and he's fucking hilarious. It doesn't matter what he does. I just find it funny. He has to go and get his driver's license. I'd find that entertaining. Yeah. Definitely. So I'm like, it doesn't really matter what I'm talking about. If people like my personality, I could bring on my mum, and people would be like, that'll be funny. Yeah, I will do that. That'll be fucking wild. Be a wild pod if we did that. Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's what it's about. I think when you can get people to like you for you, then you're not stuck doing something that you might then become, oh, I've got to do this just because it gets views or something like that. It's the same like Logan Paul, Impulsive. Yeah. I'll watch every single podcast. If it's Jeffree Star or like
That was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good.
No,
no, but yeah, it was just like, you know, I think it is very important to not fall in the trap of like just doing the content that does well, which is obviously got to do, but
yeah.
You know, you've got to get people.
I'm in the market for a mic, a number 2, like just to sit here and kind of. Like, it's so funny. I do pods. It's now because I do it with someone. So much better doing pods with people rather than doing it yourself. But I was like, I can't guarantee guests all the time. I can't have my missus on every week. So I was like, I have to commit. It was mainly because I was like, I need to get some output going. I can't guarantee a guest every week. People cancel all the time and stuff. So I'm like, I need to do it myself, even though it's harder to get shit out and build that. And then when I bring people on, it's an even bigger plus. So like I had Ian Gary, who's an MMA fighter. He's fighting this week. We'll talk about that later. But he's from Dublin. I had him on, and people were like, I'm trying to ask questions that like people don't like. Not just like, what are you? You know, what's your nutrition like? Do you know what I mean? I try to ask him other shit, and people loved that. Like I tried to normalize them a little bit. So that's kind of the market I want to get in. And Impulsive do that so well. Of like Snoop Dogg comes on and they're just talking about like
dicks.
Lots. Mike's like heroin.
It is definitely.
I like would you do a pod? Do you like, now that you've done it a little bit, do you enjoy, do you see the draw of why people like it a little bit?
Definitely. I mean, I've always wanted to like, I've got on one, to be honest. I like the dynamics. I watch a lot of them. So
what do you like? I didn't ask you. What do you listen to? Impulsive, obviously.
Impulsive, Full Send. I've been watching quite a lot.
Good.
It is really
They're
good.
really good. Do you see the one they did the wedding? They just did one at Gian Shahidi's wedding.
Mate. I watched Joe Rogan, obviously.
Have to say that
now. There's a few others I watch.
Any small ones? Anyone like that you like maybe isn't in the... It's hard. That's the biggest thing now is finding that, like, it's very rare someone comes up to me now and they're like, I have this tiny pod I listen to, it's hilarious. Have you heard of Are You Garbage yet? No, it's a US one. You should watch that later. I watch a lot of US comedian because a lot of those do it on their own. So they just talk for 2 hours and just it's remarkably good. But I think for you anyway, as a good way to, a lot of people when you put a thing up on your story message me being like, ask Max about his goals. So you have a lot of people who I think will love seeing you like chat longer term about what your kind of ambitions are and stuff.
No, definitely. I think I wanted to do one because a lot of my content is that short form, they say a quick story or they see this, whereas to act like my personality, to see me like this for an hour or whatever is very different. Very different.
I think it's I think now my biggest thing is I'd love to. I think at the end of it you get to see. I did one, Rob Lipstead. I presume. I had Rob on this, and Rob's a fucking funny geezer, but he is a very on camera. Hey, what's up? You know what I mean? He's very like that, and I'm like. You meet him and he's much more flaked, and he came across his pod, but you see him on camera, it's just I get you do content so much, and he's like a celebrity here. So like in the fitness world, when he goes in, if I had people always come up to being like, what's up, bro? You would almost be like, I have to be this guy all the time. Whereas like you do a pod, it kind of pulls them back a little bit. So I think doing stuff like this, people are gonna know you more than just like backflip guy or shit like that, you know?
Of course, definitely.
What do your family make of what you do? Are they proud? Are they surprised? Do they get it?
Yeah, I think they love it.
What's social media? Tick and talking. What's that?
They're not like that, to be honest. They love it. I mean, like my mum and dad just think I'm crazy. They really, because when I was from young, I was kind of always doing mad videos or something like that. So they've always kind of
breaking his neck on scooters, like
I've broke my ankle 4 times.
I was on my list is injuries from scooting.
We'll get to that. But no, they love it. I mean, when I made the world's largest Happy Meal,
I saw that video.
Me and my dad, we literally stayed up till 11:30, 12.
That's beast, man.
Doing that. They were helping me. Like my sister and her boyfriend were really helping me. And my sister and her boyfriend, they're probably, if they're watching this, they're probably really annoyed with me. I'm always phoning them. I'm like constantly, what do you think of this thumbnail?
Can you get me a horse and carriage?
I'm just always asking for advice. Like, what do you think of this thumbnail? Can you get any ideas for this? What do you reckon for this? Which they all love. So it's great to have that kind of support from them.
Unreal.
Definitely.
And what about your nan? Your nan's like,
my nan, she's hilarious.
I find it, I find it like, I guess what I find very refreshing with the way you do it is there's really nice, it's very, very, you can tell there's a very real like relationship with your nan, and it's so natural. I think that's why people love it so much.
It is.
And her genuine obliviousness to what shit is. It's fucking hilarious. Because I didn't even, both my grannies died when I was like way before like phones and social media stuff. So I never had like, granny, look at my Instagram rate like that. So for that, like it must blow their fucking minds because they were like, she was probably like doing this for phones and holding it up to her like this. Definitely. Like it's madness that she's probably like.
Well, I think the thing with my nan is the first thing was I was filming a gym vlog. And she FaceTimed me, because she's always FaceTimed me. So she just FaceTimed me.
That's big. She that she has that down.
Oh, mate. She still struggles to turn the TV on, but like she knows how to pick that up and click that. But she FaceTimed me, and I was like, okay, I'll answer that. And I thought I'd screen record it. See what happens. Then I think I got like 700k on TikTok, and I was like, oh, okay, let's do another.
What am I doing wrong? Okay.
Yeah. So then we started doing more videos and stuff, but. Like my nan's got dementia, so so she kind of she forgets that the camera's there.
Yeah.
So like she knows we do videos, like because whenever I come or like if we're gonna do something, she's like, "Oh, what are we doing today?" Whatever. But
what are you having in today?
What are we doing today? Or she remembers some of the videos, like. But then she forgets the camera's there, so it's literally just me and my nan, and that's how
weirdest way is most authentic.
That is how we are all the time. Like when now we've started doing videos, I kind of see I'm like, mate, everything she says is content. Like she's so funny. So it's great. She loves it, and when I show her the videos, she absolutely loves it. And it's like she's watching it for the first time. She's laughing her head off every single time.
I'd say it blows her mind, mate, seeing this kind of stuff, and she probably doesn't even get her head around the numbers and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
like which would even. No, if I say to her, I'm like, Nan, you know this video, the video's got millions, and she's like, millions? How can you say that?
Yeah,
I'm like.
Who? Like the neighbours?
Mate, she's got no idea. And it's so funny the amount of like people have come up to me and said, "I love your nan."
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. People are loving my nan.
If you've been like, when you started being like, if I could just get big enough so people knew who my nan was. Do you know what I mean? It's mad the things that.
It's hilarious.
And it's the most natural thing in the world. It's those things that like. Just the two, it's just the relationship you have is the things that go viral. That gives me hope, like those natural relationships.
And that just came out of nowhere. It's just like it came out of nowhere, and then now it's like a big part of my every comment, every video. I put a gym vlog on. Where's your nan? How's your nan? I'm
not going to fly her out here, lads.
Man, everyone's begging for it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't think she'd. We don't need any more fucking people down here as well. It's getting insane.
No, everyone really wants my nan to come out to Marbella, and I'm like. She literally, like, she physically couldn't. So if I get my mum to come out with her, but then my mum's like, I don't want to look after her.
Look, I'll do stuff for content within reason. Like,
of course. But, bless her.
She had, what's in terms of, like, for you coming down to Mars, you're here for 2 months, is it?
Yeah.
Till the end of summer?
Yeah, pretty much.
And are you in the same Airbnb you're in now?
No, we've got one now that ends in the middle of July.
Okay, so you're on the hunt. We got spare room in there. You can stay in the Pear Pod guest room.
We're hunting.
Yeah, are you really? Okay, I'll keep an eye out because man, it's
manic, isn't it?
It's crazy over here, man. We got this spot now. She the owner of this place I was like, we're looking for a place for years. She nearly fucking. You couldn't jump that fast enough. So like the idea of consistent rent is really advantageous to people here.
Definitely.
But yeah, when I heard that you guys had a mare, because you know the one you're at, the first one you were at, that's right outside where I get my hair cut, top of the road there. I get my hair destroyed up there. Oh yeah, you got your hair cut here yet? Yeah. How was it?
It was all right.
Where'd you go?
To Harrison's.
Harrison's is solid. We're doing a video potentially. So
they were all
sweet. Good,
sweet. We was talking. I think we actually went out on the night.
Attaboy.
So that was good. I think it was all right.
I've seen some truly brutal haircuts. There's a Turkish place right under where you were, real small. It's called Hincham or something, real small. I got absolutely violated in there, like real tight. Like you know when they just haven't. It's like I think it's when they have a fresh razor and they haven't cut it in enough. It's real sharp. Just drilled into the back of my head. I nearly left halfway through it because it just was. You know what you do, but you know straight away you've ordered something. Then you just go zzz, all the way up. You're like, oh, it's fucked. You fucked it.
That's why. I care about my hair.
Hence the Blue Man reach out.
Yeah, I'm like every time. I messaged Sam Shawcross. And like, okay, what's the best barbers here? And he was like, right, go here. They're all English. So I was like, okay,
it's solid. Yeah, they can do a fade. They fade you up.
Definitely.
Did you in terms of going to the States and stuff like that, have you thought about, obviously you're not 21 yet, but would that be content wise, obviously, and collab wise, it'd be fucking unreal?
Yeah. I mean, I've been a few times with family.
Yeah, where have you been?
I've been to like Vegas.
Yeah, that was probably fun underage,
Vegas,
was it?
California. Yeah, I was like getting little Ciroc, the little shot
Yeah,
ones,
yeah,
pouring
yeah.
out my 7-Up. But,
Yeah.
I've been to Vegas, California, San Diego, San Francisco.
Do you like it?
I've been all around that.
The Cali side.
Matt, I love it. I really do. I love it there, and I think
a lot of more people like your mindset would be out there, like 19, 20. Not strange for 19, 20-year-olds to be fucking creaming it out there. Like,
and I'm actually going to Miami in October.
Yeah, okay.
It's my 21st. Is September.
Yeah, man, go meet Steve.
So,
go hang around outside his house.
So I think I think it'd be great, like collaboration, like in the gyms, like zoo culture, things like that. It would be really good. Potentially, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen?
Do you like traveling, or do you like being in your, like having your little spot where you just grind?
I do, but I kind of need that routine. Like I need to. I just need to be.
I'm not a good traveler. I'm a good. I'll live in countries, but I'm not a great. Let's go somewhere for 3 weeks. Live out of a suitcase.
Yeah. I think I'd be okay if I had like maybe a small team of someone who's going to plan something or this or that.
Yeah.
But then if it's all on my own, I'm like,
you'll get a business manager now in the next whenever you decide to do it, and like their only job will be, I need you to structure my shit so I know where I need to scale, what areas I can scale. That's literally it.
That's exactly what.
And that's fucking good problems to have, man. Shit.
That's what I need.
It's weird how like you have your I have this kind of. With my old mates from home, we all talk about whatever the fuck. I'll go back, I just get ripped by the lads. That's my role in the group, just take the piss. So like, but then I'll come out here and I'll meet other lads and they're into like content creation stuff and we'll all talk about that. Do you find like, you probably have your rugby mates who talk about, if it's what, like the rugby lads that I was hanging around with, it's like, how many fucking pints can you in 2 seconds? You know what I mean? Like, it's all that shit. And then you go out with like, content creators here and they're like, I'm really motivated by just Mr. Beast's creativity and all that kind of stuff. So do you find it helps you being around people who are doing the same shit? Yeah,
definitely. I think that was that's something that I kind of struggled with at the start. It was like I was doing it all on my own and learning a lot, but then I think just from even this week with each other, even though we've been out a lot and things like that, we've still just learned a lot from each other. Just because if you're with 5 people who are doing the same thing, you can all learn 5 times quicker.
You've all made 5 times the mistakes in one go,
It's like one of the lads asked me, how do you do this editing or whatever? All right, there we are.
Changes his life, changes his whole game.
2 seconds done. Yeah. We might have been spending an hour to try and find that on Google.
Yeah.
So definitely surrounding yourself with the same, people doing the same kind of thing with the right mindset, it can speed up that kind of process.
Are you a better editor than most of them, like in terms of your...
Yeah.
You know a lot more than them in terms of that.
So I think they've learned a lot from that. But then there's, the coaches, like one of the coaches learned a lot from that. And then the marketing side of things. We've all got different things that we kind of excel in, which then together, it's like we all learned a lot.
It's a good I'd find that when you find a little community there, I'd say the My Protein thing as well. I'm sure, did you have... In terms of affiliates, I'm trying to think back in the day. So like back in the day when I followed fitness YouTube, it was My Protein heads were like... Marine, those kind of dudes, were they still there, or is there now? Is it now a run of TikTok?
Well, this event was mainly like TikTok kind of things because I think it was just marketed mostly on TikTok. But then there was like Joe Fazer was there.
He just brought out his whey. I think he's brought his new whey.
MattDoesFitness, Eddie Hall, they were all there. Yeah. And I mean, I've met Matt a couple of times.
He's outrageous, Nick.
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
he's sick. Is he tall? Is he taller than you?
Yeah.
Is he?
Oh, mate, he's tall.
Fuck off.
He's he's probably like 6'1".
Oh, mate, he's built like a fridge. I was hoping, because you do meet some lads who have built and you're like, oh, he's 5'6". You go, okay, grand. But when you meet a lad and you're like, oh no, you're stacked and you're huge.
He's in good shape. Fuck. He's in very good shape. In real life as well, you see on the
sick
social
kid
media,
as well.
And he's huge.
Yeah.
And I've met him a couple of times. Actually, a funny story. When I first started my account on Instagram, I think I literally had like 10 posts. And I remember that My Protein set out a challenge. It was a competition, and it was with MattDoesFitness, and it was to run with a protein shake as fast as you can.
I saw this
while down in it, and then I was like, right, I'm winning this. I'm winning it. So then I got 2 drones, all these things, whatever. Yeah. And I won. So then Matt then spoke to me from that, but he just messaged me saying I'd won.
Yeah.
Which at first I was like, Oh my God. Matt's just voice
Matt.
He's just voice noted me. I was like, oh my God, my phone was blowing up.
Real shaky phone.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt.
And then I think like a year, probably about 10 months later, I was then working with My Protein.
Yeah.
And I went to one of the events, which he was there. It was a real low down events, and there was like a couple of us there. So then I was like, oh shit. So then I then met him and was
Hey,
like,
Matt.
and he knew then. He was like, oh, is he from the protein shake? Which was like, yeah.
He's probably fuck this guy's on his grind.
I was like, yeah, that's me. And then we kind of spoke for a long time about just analytics, stuff like this, which was great to kind of hear.
He seems to get it in terms of like the YouTube algorithm and understanding what works.
He's been doing it a long time, and I think just even like a 30-minute conversation with one of those is great. Same with Joe Fraser.
Yeah,
I spoke to him quite a bit on at the event.
Yeah, and age-wise, you're probably a little bit more on the same buzz.
Similar age, similar kind of things. But he's absolutely smashing his team.
He's a freak.
And I think just a conversation like just about I asked him which thumbnail they think would do better.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Because I had a few thumbnails for this video I'm doing.
Did they say the same one you thought would be good?
And he said the same one that I was seeing. I was like, okay, good. That's a good thing.
I got it.
Yes, that was the right one. But it's great to surround yourself with those people. I think if you surround yourself with people that are at a higher level or have achieved and have got more experience, you can learn a lot. Yeah,
man. I'm trying to think now. Do you know Nabil? He's like does Christian's videography.
Oh, I don't know.
He's he was like the first videographer that kind of did consistent content for Christian. He was leaps and bounds ahead of anyone else I'd ever seen. So I was like blown away that like this guy, it wasn't even shit that was good at the time. He did like whip transitions, and I'd be like, how does he do it? Are you doing it in camera? And then I remember, and then I met him at the Summer Strength thing because we sponsored Christian, Blumon did, so we got to meet him through that. And he was like the best video I've done is still like my next one. And he's like, that's the way you should look at it. He's like, I'm constantly, every time I do something, it's getting better. So like repetition is how you get better at it. And I was like, fuck, all right, it's going to hold to that.
Definitely.
As you said there, for like MattDoesFitness, he'd probably be someone in terms of business. He's kind of fit because he has like the Morpheus app thing. He has the gyms. He has like a few long-term sponsors he works with. And that, for me, that's you want to be like...
That's aspiration.
Yeah, you want to have like some brands, maybe long-term you work with that like make sense in terms of
my content.
Yeah, exactly. And they stand for the same things you do. But then on the other side, you have your own stuff you do personally for yourself.
Yeah,
that seems to make a lot of sense.
That is exactly what the kind of... where I could see myself with that business model around that in the future. And, to look up to Matt as well, what he's done is, it's... I'm looking forward to doing it myself.
Yeah. But like, I'd take it to Jazz being like, what age is Matt-ish?
35.
15 years from where you are now. Like, can you imagine? It's just crazy with your, like, the knowledge where you are now. You're so well equipped to kind of, I guess you're very adaptable depending on what happens. So, like, do you think a new app or a new platform is on the way? It seems to be that everyone's doing like their own ones now. That's the only thing is you do your own page if you're not doing like a YouTube or something.
Yeah, I think a big thing for people in the future, like monetization, will be like member sites, Patreons, kind of like their own platform.
Yeah,
depending on their content, like obviously for certain things they can't get censored and things like that. But it's like a very monetizable way. All for you, whereas YouTube, it's all ad revenue from other companies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So my last question, there was a big one in terms of the gym, right? Music is very important to me when I go to the gym. So like my walk to the gym, the 30 minutes, I get myself into an awful I get psyched up to fuck. It's just I enjoy to do. The music makes a big difference to me. If you could only have 3 artists that you could listen to in the gym for the rest of your life, who would your 3 be? And you got to think about this, right? Because you got to think about different moods you're in. I have a rock mood. I'm like, I need that. I have a very grime drill mood. And then I have like my classic rap mood. There'll be like my 3 they go for. I don't really do house music stuff. But you want to make sure that it's kind of like well distributed between the 3.
Definitely. I think it's definitely...
Because I've listened to your playlist. I have that down.
I think definitely 50 Cent is number, like, he would be there.
Yeah.
Because there's so many songs that are different moods.
And his production and stuff, his beats are so recognizable. Like You Have Many Men, I think is one of the first ones on that. That's one of my it's a walkout tune if you ever going to scrap someone.
50 Cent is definitely there. I don't know. I think I do love like some hard style. I don't like it at all when I'm not in the gym, or even like just lifting casually.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing like heavy deadlifts or squats or something, I need something absolutely blow my eardrums out. So.
I've had dubstep moments where I've been like dropping the no sprites, the good sprites when you.
Mate. I used to love that. I think Tevez maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Like proper hard stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that down. Any UK guys?
And then UK, I do love gigs.
Oh,
mate, it's like I feel like just from the UK, I'm
he's
like
talking to me,
talking the hardest. I'm like
riskiest numbers.
Yeah, I'm like
his voice. He comes out. There's I love watching the Glastonbury do really good like live performances of like they put him back. And there was one where Drake does KMT with gigs and he comes out and it's like Drake is going mad on stage and then gigs like off to the side in like a black jeans and he's just feeling that do and everyone's like
just gas.
Love it. Yeah, that's a great 3, man. Okay, unreal. No, man, like the last thing I had was a lot of people reached out in my story box being like goals for the rest of the year. Do you have any like big ones? Doesn't have to be massive ones, but even just to the end of the year stuff that's kind of stand out to you in terms of milestones?
So I think I try not to set myself too many like goals that are like numerical, so 2,000 followers or whatever. But I think
output is a good goal.
Output is a good goal. Yeah. So I want to grow my online coaching as much as I can, and just try and help as many people as I can really, and then just build a community of people who enjoy my content, and just like engagement with those and the entertainment. It's just I kind of just want to grow everything as much as I can, but just get better at myself in every aspect. So better editing, better consistency, better content, better coaching, better. I just want to get better at.
It's like a self-improvement book.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Love it. That's fucking unreal, man. A lot of people don't, especially your age, that like self-improvement isn't number one on their list right now. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So like the fact that you're like at 20, you're like, I want to make sure like I'm growing my business in the right ways and like presenting my business in the right way. It's fucking it's inspiring stuff, man. So congrats. Thank you for coming on. I hope we can do it again sometime. This is fucking funny. They didn't even get into half the shit I want to get into, so we definitely got to do another one.
Yeah, definitely, man.
But this was fun.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes.
Sick.
Yes, bro. Okay. Thank you, Max, for coming along today, man. That was a sick interview. He's a fucking cool dude, man. And he just, like, that's our first time meeting, you know what I mean? Super cool, super easygoing guy. Motivating as shit, man. The guy's 20. But we've a big week in UFC, and it wouldn't be right for me to leave this week without commenting on it, as we have a previous guest of the Pear Pod fighting this week. Ian Gary is fighting this weekend. But before we get to my picks, let's hear from our favorite MMA journalist all the way over in Vancouver, Canada. It's your favorite segment. It's Odds with Quadz.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Odds with Quadz. This week we're looking at a massive pay-per-view, UFC 276, taking place in Las Vegas, July 2nd. We're going to take a look at the main card. I'm going to start off, first of all, by giving an honourable mention to a good friend of the podcast in Mr. Ian Gary, who's fighting on the prelims against Gabriel Green. My choice for this would have to go with Ian Gary. It'll now be his third fight in the UFC. He must be close to a year now in Sanford MMA. It's gonna be a big fight for him. Kid's only 24. It'll be interesting to see how he goes, but I'd love to see a second round knockout by Ian Gary. Straight to the main card now, and kicking off the main card is a massive fight with Pedro Munoz and Sean O'Malley. This is a coming of age fight for Sean O'Malley, really. He's ranked number 13, but he's going against Pedro Munoz, who's in the top 10. It's definitely Sean O'Malley's toughest fight to date. Pedro Munoz has never been finished. He's fought people like Dominic Cruz, Cody Garbrandt, Jose Aldo, just to name a few. I think Sean O'Malley's going to take it. I'd love to see a second round KO by Sugar Sean, but like I said, Pedro Munoz has never been finished. I think it could go the distance with, I think, Sean O'Malley winning a lopsided decision. I think. Sean Strickland, Alex Pereira, another big fight. Interesting, as Alex Pereira is the only person to knock Israel Adesanya out before. Now, it came in a kickboxing match, but knockout to knockout. I'm going to go Sean Strickland. He's decent on the ground. He can wrestle. Alex Pereira is only new into the mixed martial arts game. He's predominantly a kickboxer, so Sean Strickland could cause some issues there. He's got a strong jab, keep him on the distance, and then take him down and submit him if needs be. So I'll go Sean Strickland. Here's a big one. Alex Volkanovski and Max Holloway. The trilogy. So Volk is 2-0 up. Now, some people can doubt that and say that Max won one of them, won two of them, whatever. Volk is the champion. Volk deserves to be 2-0 up in my eyes. I think Volk is going to get the third. He's going to win this one as well. Could be a slightly boring fight. You'd think that the two of them have such entertaining styles that it's going to be a barn burner. I hope it is, but I think Volkanovski's going to pick him off with leg kicks again, and yeah, he'll win a decision. Then move on to the last fight of the evening, the main event in Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. Izzy Adesanya just looks unstoppable at 185 pounds. Obviously, he's gone to 205 and lost against Blachowicz, but I was just down to the sheer size and putting on the extra weight, I think. His striking is too clean. He'll keep the distance well. Now, Jared Cannonier is obviously a durable fighter. Will he get knocked out? I'm not so sure if there's going to be a finish. I think it'll be Adesanya in the later rounds, maybe third or fourth round. But I'm going for a decision to Adesanya. He's going to outpoint him, I think.
All right, thank you, Quadz. Thank you, Quadz. As people know, I am working on getting a live show with Rob where we can actually get him in studio and talk about some shit. So we'll work on that down the line. In terms of his picks, it's going to be very boring, but in the Ian Gary fight, I have Ian all day, obviously. I really hope that this fight gives him the opportunity to show his skills a little bit more and showcase his movement, his ability to come in and out, and ultimately his knockout power. In the Sugar fight, really, really great matchup for Sugar, in my opinion. Pedro gets hit. He can be quite reckless when he feels like he's losing the fight. I feel like he can start to come in with a little bit of reckless abandonment, and that's just where Sugar, he might as well just get a spoon and some milk and just start eating him up, because that's where Sugar lives, getting out of the way, moving to angles, creating angles. So I really great fight. I'd love to see it be competitive. Rob has it going into the second round. I'm going to say it goes to the third. Sugar KO. Oh, that's tough, because Pedro's never been finished, as Rob said. Max Holloway, Alex Volkanovski. Max Holloway is in my top 5 favorite fighters of all time. So for me to say this is quite difficult, but Alex Volkanovski. See, this is so hard because Alex just fought Brian Ortega, one of the best fucking fights you can watch. Korean Zombie, probably one of his best performances to date. Looks so good, just crazy sharp. And then I'm like, well, you look at Max's last fights, Calvin Kattar, and the best boxer. So Max is, coming off that and the Yair Rodriguez fight, 2 fucking fight of the night performances. It's hard, man. But I'd love to say Max wins it, but I don't. I think Eugene and City Kickboxing and the rest of Alex's team, Joe Lopez, I think they create. They're going to create too good of a game plan for Max. I think he's going to do it again. So I think it'll be Alex by 3, and that'll end any dispute. I don't think he knocks Max out, though. I think it goes decision. And then it's Izzy and Jared. Jared's story, man, is super motivating. The guy came down from heavyweight, started MMA at 25, and now is fighting a middleweight in the UFC after having no MMA experience at 25. No combat experience, I'm pretty sure. So
that's just the fact that he's now fighting Izzy is remarkable and impressive. But I do think he's going to be a generational fighter. I think he's going to be someone that we'll look back at as one of the best. And I don't think that his legacy or his win streak in the UFC stops with Jared Cannonier. What a card. I can't wait. I won't be watching it live because I live in Europe. And I just can't get up that early and watch fights. I'm going to watch it the next day. I'm going to have it recorded. I'm very excited. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Odds with Quads. I appreciate your input as always. Max, thank you for coming on. Let's do it again sometime. Pear Pod. Out.